Whoop whoop! It's another Chase Gaines video, baby! Alright, that was pretty freaking cringy. But anyways, at least I'm not wearing all black. I'm wearing a pink shirt. Tough guys wear pink. Obviously, you know that if you've been in the lifting community for a while. Today, we are doing tips for beginners because I was a beginner once, you were a beginner once, or you are a beginner right now, and that's fine, that's perfect. I want to teach you guys stuff that I wish I would have known, and obviously there's a lot more than what I'm going to tell you in this video, and honestly, a lot more that I probably could have came up with, but these are some good ones, in my opinion. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. This is going to be a pretty short video. It's a little break from all the food challenges and things like that, but I do want to keep doing those because I actually thoroughly enjoy doing those, and I kind of like learn a lot from them. I think I'm thinking about starting a fad diet series as well, so comment below if you think that would be pretty cool, and subscribe right now, and we're gonna get started with tip number 1, which is always be asking questions. And by that I mean ask your friends questions, ask people online questions, ask people you look up to, ask your favorite fitness influencers. Even if they are taking something or on steroids, they're obviously doing something right, because steroids doesn't build the muscle for them, it doesn't make them go to the gym, it doesn't make them know the exercise to do, create their split, stuff like that. They all know something, and you can take all this information and piece it together from person to person to find out what's going to work best for you. And if you think that you know everything, you're just absolutely wrong. I don't know everything. Greg Doucette doesn't know absolutely everything. He knows a lot, but obviously not everything. What I'm trying to say is that like you can pick up information from each and every person, which is kind of awesome. There may be one person that's diehard keto and somebody else that says like they eat a balanced diet. So they're both going to advocate for those lifestyles, which is completely fine because it's exactly what worked for them. And if it worked for me, then I would probably advocate for that as well, you know what I mean? But yeah, never, ever stop asking questions, and don't think you're annoying anybody either, because people like me, people like your favorite fitness influencer online, they love questions like that. They love questions about fitness, their lifestyle, how they got to where they are today, because it's just enjoyable to help people, it really is. So that's tip number 1, ask questions. Literally, even if you're going to the gym alone, ask the biggest guy in your gym. I promise you, he is probably gonna be thrilled that you wanna learn. Alrighty, tip numero 2, focus on compound exercises, especially at the beginning of your workout. So I do a push-pull leg split. On push day, I focus on my bench press, and on the second push day, I focus on shoulder press. Then on back days, I usually deadlift, but I haven't been doing that lately, so there's not really a compound lift on there. But then leg days, squat, and then deadlift as of now. You want to focus on these because they recruit the most amount of muscle fibers, they recruit the most amount of muscle groups in general, and you're going to be able to go the heaviest on these. And also, they're the easiest to track and progressively overload on. So if you're progressively getting stronger on bench, it pretty much correlates with how much bigger your chest is getting and how much stronger you're getting in the gym, which is pretty awesome because it's just one exercise, and especially if you don't have time to track out literally every single exercise that you have. So that is pretty much the extent of that. Compound exercises are key to growth, and honestly, they're just fun to do. Like if you don't like to bench, if you don't like to squat, if you don't like to deadlift, why are you lifting? Like what's your goal? Do you like to go in and do lateral raises? If you do, that's fine. I'm not judging a little bit. That's tip number 2, compound exercises, always focus on them. This brings us to tip number 3, boys, which is do not compare yourself to others. I know you're looking up to these Gymshark athletes that are probably not natural. Like, let's be honest here, they are probably not natural, and even if they are, they have their entire day to focus around fitness, if that makes sense. Like, their job is to look good. So you working a 9 to 5, you cannot live the same lifestyle as your favorite fitness influencer that is literally living their entire day to look good. They may do things throughout the day that you aren't able to do. That being said, you can pick up stuff from them. And another point is that you're never going to look exactly like a physique that you want to look like. You can only be your best self, which I'm not gonna lie is pretty freaking awesome. Like, just think about that. You get to carve your body, you get to sculpt your own physique. You don't say like, I want to look like this guy and then train like him and look like him, because that's just physically not possible. You're gonna train your hardest, you're gonna learn along the way. It's gonna be a rocky slope, but you are gonna build your best physique. And you know what's even better than that? People are probably gonna look up to you in the future if you are consistent, and 5 years down the line, they're gonna say, wow man, how did you get to where you are today? Your physique looks awesome. Are you juicing? Are you taking SARMs? And you get to just happily say, hopefully, no, I am not. I just worked really freaking hard every single day for this, which is awesome. So build your best physique. Don't compare yourself to others. You're gonna be disappointed. Build your best self. It's gonna be amazing. You're gonna love it. You're gonna look at yourself in the mirror and be thrilled with joy. So yeah, pretty freaking awesome. Tip number 4, perfect your form before going heavy. And this is gonna help you to not get injured in the gym, which is obviously not ideal. Getting injured sucks. I tweaked my back a couple weeks ago. Literally, I was like deadlifting. I picked up the weight and I just guys, threw it down really hard, and I walked away, and my friend Tatus was just like, bro, I've never seen you like that angry before. And I wasn't like mad, I was just like, I can't believe I tweaked my back. And it was because I didn't warm up, and I knew that I should have warmed up, which is the worst part. Like, it just sucks when you're the person that knows something and you still just fail to do it. It sucks. Don't get injured, warm up. I usually do 4 to 5, even sometimes 6 warm-up sets before going into a compound lift. And even before isolation exercises, like even before a set of like bicep curls or something like that, I'll do a lighter set, 15 to 30 reps. And you don't want it to be hard, obviously. You just want it to be something that gets your bicep used to the movement, gets your chest used to benching, gets your legs used to squatting. You want everything to be loose. You don't want to go into an exercise extremely tight. It's not gonna bode well for you. And then also along with that, more is not always better. And this is huge for me because I used to work out like 3 hours a day, and I used to like see these people online just posting their workouts, and they're like, man, like crush the gym 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at night. And I'm just like, holy crap, dude, like I can do that too. Like I'm just as BA as them. I'm gonna be like one of the best out there. If you do that, you're gonna burn yourself out. And like one major thing I noticed is that when I used to do that, I would like be so lethargic throughout the day, not even want to talk to anybody. All I thought about was like my training, and like I was sore all the time. You don't want to be sore all the time. My joints and stuff were in pain constantly. It just wasn't a good feeling. Essentially, you want to train, I would say I train each body part twice a week, and I aim to get 10 to 20 sets, working sets per muscle group, which is plenty. Like that is absolutely plenty. And I say start slow because if you're a beginner, you don't want to start out like that. You want to start with your volume extremely low, because if you start with it too high, you're going to get really sore, and then you're never going to want to go back to the gym. You want it to be fun for you. So go in the gym, literally do 1 set of each exercise that your friend that's been lifting for 5 years told you to do. Do 1 set of each exercise. I guarantee you're going to feel it. Next week, go in, do 2 sets of each. Next week, okay, maybe not this rampant, but like next week, next couple weeks, 2 sets of each exercise. Then next couple weeks, 3 sets of each exercise. And basically what I'm saying is just progressively increase the volume and simultaneously increase the weight as well, especially when you're a newbie and you're getting those newbie gains. So don't be afraid to start slow. Don't think you have to jump into some guy who's been working out and into fitness for 10 years. Don't think you have to jump straight up to where they're at, because it's just not realistic. It's not realistic for you, so don't do it. Okay, that is tip number 4. Start slow, progressive overload. More is not always better. Not telling you right now. Alright, tip number 5, supplements. The one you guys have all been waiting for. Are they magic? They're not. They're not magic unless they're the magic PEDs that your favorite fitness influencers on. And if they're on those, I think you should follow somebody natural. I heard of this guy named Chase Gaines. He's natural. Unless you think creatine's PED, then in that case. But anyways, yeah, so supplements I recommend, first of all, creatine, whey protein, that's literally it. Like if you want to take fish oils, multivitamins, stuff like that, those will also help, obviously. But yeah, creatine 5 grams a day. It's not magic. Like if you take creatine, you are not going to get significantly bigger than everyone else. It's just not going to happen. Those people that think that it works, like it does work, but people that think it's magic are just really ridiculously dumb. Even the PEDs that some people take, I used to work at a supplement shop that sold SARMs, and people would come in and they'd want to buy these SARMs to get shredded, and they would be like, how well is this gonna work? And I would say, I haven't taken them, but I'm telling you right now, you are not gonna get shredded unless you're eating in a calorie deficit. You can't lose weight unless you eat in a calorie deficit. It's just not gonna happen. It's physically impossible. You have to be in a calorie deficit. You can't just take something and lose fat. And same thing with fat burners, glorified caffeine pills, like I said in a previous video. Supplements aren't magic. They're meant to supplement your diet and training. Get that through your head. I'm not telling you guys not to take supplements, because then I'd be quite the hypocrite, because I take BCAAs, protein, creatine, things of those sorts. Pre-workout, obviously. Caffeine addiction, duh. But anyways, they're not magic. They will help you though in staying consistent with the gym, or at least in my personal experience. Like when I have supplements, it makes me want to go to the gym more. I don't know how to describe that or why that is, but that's a truth. So yeah, that and just staying consistent, guys. Consistency is the key, and I'm telling you that from my own experience, because obviously I didn't know everything when I first started. I did the most ridiculous workouts. If you guys want to see some of the workouts that I did, comment down below and I'll make a video on it, because it's pretty cringy. But like, you learn along the way. So even if you are doing workouts that are not optimal, if you're just going in the gym and hitting what you feel like hitting, you're still gonna make gains. You're still gonna make progress. You're still gonna get bigger, essentially. Start learning now and start learning more and more as you go. Your gains are gonna get better and better and better and better, which is good for you. So from that little rant, basically, stay consistent. Stay consistent. Do not get discouraged, because you are going to get to where you want to be if you continue to learn and grow. Think, if you stop, a year's gonna fly by from now, and you're gonna look back to the day that you stopped, and you're gonna wish that you didn't stop. It's gonna be one day or day one. This could be day one for you. I don't know why I'm going off in this little rant. That was the last tip. Supplements are not magic. Stay consistent, guys. Stay consistent, dude. Just stay consistent. I'm making it sound like super easy. I know it's not easy, but just like make time for it. You have time in the day. There's no way you don't. If you don't, then you're not prioritizing your time correctly. Woo! Alright, those were the tips for you guys. If you guys want me to make a part 2, comment that down below as well, because why not? I will. I have some other stuff that I could go into. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do a little peck pop. Alright, now you have to subscribe. Thank you seriously so much for watching, guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And I'll see you in the next one.
When the truth don't work, you start telling lies. Thought you were down to ride, you weren't down to ride.